So I want to give you a juxtaposition of what I felt like about maybe an hour ago when I did my last transmission, when I just kind of woke up and gave you what I felt like after waking up from being in an environment that was highly dynamic, full of different viruses. And I woke up feeling irritable. I woke up feeling aggressive a little bit. I know my husband called me about something, and I was just like, I kind of snapped at him a little bit, and he could tell that I was grumpy. And so it made sense that when you are around a bunch of people and getting a viral upload, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be a maximum amount, like where you end up in the hospital, but enough to get people's like aggressive energy and then how it responds to your environment. And then what helps you when you get to my point is what helped me finally get over being lethargic, irritable, and just a little bit aggressive is the fact that I drank some that coffee. I had 2 cigarettes. I drank some of that coffee. I'm back in the game now. I feel much better. I'm eating some rye pumpernickel bread with some cream cheese. And I wasn't planning to do any kind of typing today or working today. And so, but I had some residual coffee left. That's why I drank it. I wasn't planning to drink or smoke or anything as far as smoking cigarettes. Okay. But as soon as I drank just that little bit of coffee, I was like, oh my God. Okay. And that really just helped me kick into gear. Okay. So that's the thing, is that sometimes you feel the residual energy of being around people and you get the snapshots of the viral energy. And sometimes it's angry programming. There's people out there who are very angry, and you'll take that on for a minute. But then here's the thing with your body. I went to the bathroom, I went pee, and that could have been releasing any kind of aggressive viral energy that if someone who didn't have a dynamic digestive system would take on and keep on, I let it go. My body was able to let it go. Okay, that's the thing about the JJ's mentality, is that you learn how to activate your own immune system. So that way you're not subject to somebody else's viral energy, and they could be very angry people. They could be very emotional, anxiety-ridden type of person. I mean, when you go into a crowd, like hang out with your friends, do you take on that energy? I mean, how many people have a lot of group of friends that they all assimilate with each other? It's like a hive mentality. That's the thing about viruses. There's a hive mentality, and you must have a very dynamic immune system and have the covalent bonding to be able to, I don't say resist it, but take it on and not have it work against you. Okay? And so that's the whole point of the JJ mentality, is to be able to walk into an environment, even though you know you're going to feel something, because that's the whole point of JJ mentality, is that you feel your environment. You don't go in there thinking that you're going to be in a cured state all the time, because that will work against you as well. But that you recognize that you're taking on someone else's energy, and you're also pooping it out, but you also took on some aspects of their programming that will only benefit you, not work against you. And so those that are just starting the JJ mentality in this environment, you're going to feel every single viral upload that you ever experienced that you took a therapeutic for, and you're going to have to re-experience everything. And it'll come out in different symptoms. It'll come out in your skin. It'll come out in your poop. It'll come out through emotions. It'll come out through thoughts and feelings. It'll come out in your dreams. Every single virus that you've ever taken on that you've never really faced and dealt with, it's going to come to surface. And plus all the energy out there that's swirling around in your environment. And so one of the things about the JJ's mentality is, yes, you will be doing waterfalls for a few times, but you don't want to do it so many times where you're in a cured state of decline. You want to do just enough to activate your immune system and teach your body how to open up your first, which is your nose. First and second lines of defense. Your first lines is the coughing, the mucus, and the sneezing. Second lines is, waterfalls or diarrhea and fever. Third lines is you don't want to trigger the third lines, but it happens. But you can still recover from the third lines, and that is cancer, disease, chronic illness, and autoimmune disorders. And so why we have some people who are angry and glitching out there is that they have so many viral programming that they've never been able to release, and it glitches them. And then they get triggered easily by politics, religion, and science. And somebody could say something and trigger them. And then they're just off like a rocket. And so the way you can control that is that you learn how to release. And that's by sneezing, that's by coughing, That's by blowing out all the loogies. It's by going poop, diarrhea. Like my husband doesn't do waterfalls. I just hope that maybe one day he'll get exposed to a virus. They'll give him gastrointestinal and he'll diarrhea out all the excess viral programming. And then he understands pain. He doesn't take anything for pain because I told him if you take Advil, take Motrin, take any of those pain relievers, you're going to shorten your lifespan because all medication serves to suppress energy that you must deal with. And so he's dealing with the pain. We've had the same pain, so the same smells from the virus, the onion smell, the same pains from like the arm and the leg pain and the different muscle spasms and all that stuff. Like my dog too, she feels it as well. But your recovery from being around a bunch of people will be that much quicker. I was not expecting to really be this energetic right now, but I am. But I also know that too, that when you are exposed to a lot of viruses or one virus, it will also energize you. And so a couple weeks ago, before I got my period, I was super highly energized. I felt like I was on crack. Okay. And I wasn't drinking a bunch of coffee. I wasn't doing anything, but it was the fact that the virus has so much energy. And then you have the covalent bonding and the insulation to handle that energy, but you're going to feel, all the activity and you're going to want to be productive. And so you'll then be like scrubbing carpets and doing this and doing that and doing whatever it takes or doing whatever you got to do at an exponential energetic level. And so that's also the upside of the virus is that once you finally are able to reverse all your issues and reverse the aging process, not by doing J-juice continuously, indefinitely, because that will put you in a cure state of decline, but that you actually deal with all the different latent evolutionary programming and you feed it with all the food supply, you poop everything out, and then you finally are able to take on energy and have it be released and manifest and to be expressed in a very productive, in a very logical, intellectual manner. And I'm telling you, there's nothing you can't resist. There's nothing to resist out there. You have to be able to adapt. You must be able to adapt. And sometimes you won't think that you'll have the energy for that day. And then maybe you drink a little bit of, like, what did I drink? Hold on. Holy shit. I had a half a can left of yesterday, but this is really good. This is like my new favorite drink now. Not the vanilla sweet cream anymore. Now it's the dark cocoa sweet cream. Yes, the chocolate. Whew, the chocolate. So yeah, a little bit of caffeine. Yeah, and it'll work your adrenal glands. But then you eat the meat. The meat replaces your adrenaline. So it's not like you're taxing or depleting your hormones because you can regenerate. That's the whole point of the JG's protocol is that you regenerate all the different hormonal releases that you trigger because of survival. Because you have to survive in this environment. Your adrenaline is the fight or flight. But, if you don't eat the food supply and you don't have proper energy retention and release, then yeah, you could be doing a bunch of Monsters and a bunch of Starbucks and all this other caffeinated stuff, and you're not regenerating. So you're depleting your body's energetic resources. And that's the whole thing with JG's protocol is balance release, balance retention. And then manifesting and expressing the energy that you have in a very logical, in a very balanced way that's productive. And it's not resisting the environment, it's adapting. All right, bye.